What's up, everybody? Hey, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. And I bring you greetings. My name is Martina Sellers, and I am your mental health hygienist here on the Mental Health Matters with Marty and House Calls with Dr. Allen. Listen, I'm so glad to see you tonight. So glad to see you tonight. Hope you are doing well. And I've come to you live from Southern California, as you can see, where the sun still is always shining. And we're having a great day out here today. But before we get started, you all know we have a live show with real doctors. And our doctors tonight all got called into surgery. So just so you know, we are going to actually postpone tonight's show that's dealing with such a hot topic until next Wednesday. But we did not want to come on here and at least not give you an explanation of what's going on tonight. But let us know you're still listening. Let us know you're out there. Let us know you appreciate what we're doing, and so that it's not in vain. But we wanted to say hello, hello, hello. Let you know that you're doing. Ramona, how are you? Good to see you out there. Yes. But we did not want to come on tonight on such an amazing show that we are going to be hosting. And we did not want to come on here and not tell you what was going on. So like I said, we have real live active doctors who are doing their things. Yes, Pastor Cherie, I appreciate you even more. Oh my God. Listen, go check out Pastor Cherie's show. We were just had it on. Go check the repeat of that. It was absolutely amazing. She's got an amazing crew in there. Miss Paula, long time no see. Jason T. Mahoney, the motivator. What's happening? But I had to come on here with you. Yes, like I said, we have active doctors who are really, really actively doing their things. And all three of them were called into last minute surgery. Can you believe it? But I wanted to come on here at least to talk to you, let you know we're going to be doing this show again next week, next Wednesday. Normally we do every other Wednesday, but what we have committed to do, we're going to come back next Wednesday with our amazing guest doctor who's going to be on her Dr. McGuire. Thank you. I went blank for a minute. McGuire, we're going to definitely talk about the modern practices of CBD and medicine. But I want to come on here and also just share. Listen, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we want you to know and be aware of that, because too often, too many of our communities secretly suffer in silence in the shadow of shame because of lack of services, lack of education, lack of access, lack of funds, lack of insurance, lack. And we don't want you to have lack any longer. But the theme of this year's from NAMI, which is National Alliance of Mental Illness, the theme of 2021 is "You Are Not Alone." Someone should have called Michael Jackson, at least put the song on. You are not alone. Hey, yes, I am here with you. Though we're far apart, you're always in my heart. And are that the right words? You are not alone. Is that the right words, Daryl? I forgot. It's not Janet Jackson. Yes. But thank you. We want to know you're not alone. And if we're looking at that, although 13% of the population is 13% of the population is African American in our nation. Of that 13% of us, we have undiagnosed and diagnosed 16% of us who needs mental health services. What does that mean? That means there are about 7 million of us that need mental health services. And that doesn't even include those who are undiagnosed and are too afraid to reach out. 7 million. That is the population of Houston, Philadelphia, and I was going to say Los Angeles, but there's one other city in there, Chicago. Yes, Chicago, Houston, and Philadelphia all together. Those populations make up how many of our African American communities need mental health services. That's a lot of people, and there's not enough of us out there to do the work. But we want you to know you are not alone. And we want you to know you don't have to continue to secretly suffer in silence in the shadow of shame. But we want you to speak up. We want you to speak out, and we want you to live. We want you to talk about, because what is going to happen in the midst of everything that's going on? So many of us are experiencing PTSD. We got to get in there and talk about the post-traumatic stress. We were just talking about that Pastor Cherie's show about post-traumatic stress that's happening in our African American and Black and brown communities because of George Floyd. And then when the trials came on, it reiterated, brought all of that back up in us. And then many of us were experiencing some sort of vicarious trauma. We need to create safe spaces and safe places where we can talk about this. We don't want you to carry all this and all of it explode because we don't have these places to talk about that. But we want you to reach out. It's okay to say that I am not okay. Again, the theme of this year's Mental Health Awareness Month is you are not alone. And you are not alone. We want you to find places. Listen, there's so many places that you can call. If you're experiencing any type of psychiatric emergency or feeling anything like that, there is an 800 number that NAMI has put out. And that 800 number is 800-950 NAMI, NAMI. Again, that's 800-950 NAMI, which stands for National Alliance of Mental Illness. Or you can also text NAMI to 741-741. There, everything is in discretion, everything is discreet, but we want you to get the necessary help that you need. There are too many of us who are suffering from depression because of everything that's going on. I always say it this way: because we've been in this pandemic and now we're coming out of it, there is what I call complicated grief. There's complicated PTSD. There's complicated depression. There's complicated anxiety. All these things, complicated ADHD. Yes, we as adults do have ADHD. There's complicated whatever that disorder might be, because we have been confined for the past year. And we have to look at our children during this time. We need to be aware of abuse that's happening. And a lot of that abuse is going to come to light once we have definitely gone back to school, once people are being able to get back to work in office spaces. And listen, calling all pastors, church leaders, all of that. We have to get on board with providing safe spaces for our people to grieve, and that they're not going to be judged, because we have had a year and a half like we have never experienced before. So I'm so grateful for that theme. You are not alone, because you are not alone. And we don't want you to continue to be alone. There is help. There is hope. There is healing. Let me say that again. There is help. There is hope. There is healing that is available. But healing only takes place if you reach out and say, I need help. I want help. I am going to get the help that I need. We can no longer deny ourselves from getting the necessary help and healing that we need. Do not allow lack of funds to be a barrier. Do not allow lack of insurance to be a barrier. Do not allow lack of experience or knowledge to be a barrier. Listen, there are so many avenues and so many things you can go into. There are websites, Therapy for Black Men. You can find a therapist on that. Yes. Psychology Today, Good Therapy. There are so many others out there that will support you in this journey. And I'm right off the top of my head, I can't think of some others, but there are so many platforms that are out there. Taraji P. Hinton, she is doing an amazing job. Taraji, applause out to Taraji for making sure that in various communities that the message of hope is going out there. Sister Georgia, I appreciate you. Listen, and she's on here. She is an amazing cook who is doing healthy things. I'm making a vow that in May, that is, part of my mental health is that I am giving up sodas. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord in these last and evil COVID almost free days, because I'm not going to have a Coca-Cola. Help me, Jesus. But because I want to break myself away from that being addicted to Coca-Cola, to be addicted to sugars and so many other things, because I realize that that also feeds into my mental health. We have to start eating better. We have to start exercising. That's why I love my sister out here, Sister Georgia. She gives us please check out her on Sister Georgia. You're on Instagram. Check out her show every Monday. She does a cooking show that is so bomb that she's teaching us how to eat healthy by eating vegetables and fruits and vegetables, and teaching us how to prepare these amazing organic foods. And I'm going to have her on my show this month. So get ready, because I want you on the show this month. I'm going to have Pastor Cherie on the show this month, because we need to be talking about these things that is happening, that's affecting our faith, that's affecting our food, that's affecting our finances. All of those work hand in hand. And we want us to be more proactive in our mental health. There we go. That's it. Yes, the heal. That's right. I'm dyslexic tonight, y'all, but check her out on Instagram Monday nights. She is definitely thebomb.com, and watching her show, because she's teaching us. She has a passion and ministry with teaching us how to eat much better and how to make sure we're getting more plant-based foods in our system. We got to get away from these processed foods. We got to get away from fast foods, because they also affect, let me say that again, it affects our mental health. So when we're going through depression, when we're going through anxiety, that's not the time to eat all these fast and fatty foods, y'all. That's not the time to get the sugar intake and drink the sodas and all that. We need to eat more fruits, fresh fruits and vegetables. We need to eat more lean meats. We need to eat more fish and those type of things. We need to stay away from some of the breads and all these other things, because that affects our mental health. Part of our mental health is because we have so many comorbidities, so many other things. We are fighting diabetes. We are fighting high blood pressure. We are fighting obesity. We are fighting, yes, so many other things. I would say like Vanessa Bell Armstrong said, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, no pressure at all. Listen, no pressure at all means you're dead. But we have to make sure that we are doing the right things so that we are living a much more prosperous life. We are not prosperous in our lives because we're not taking care of our physical health, we're not taking care of our mental health, and we're not taking care of our psychological health and our spiritual health in that as well. So again, we want to thank you. I wanted to jump on in this time, but I didn't want to waste this opportunity. We will be back on with a house calls with Dr. Allen next Wednesday. So check us out next Wednesday. But this was just something I wanted to share that was on my heart and mind. I did not want to leave you hanging, because that's not what we do. We want to speak to everything that's going on with us in our health and wellness. We have to stop the stinking thinking. Let me say that again. We have to stop the stinking thinking and do better. How do we do that? I'm going to charge all of us during this month. Listen, thank you, Paula. Charge all of us and challenge all of us this month. What are you going to do to change your mental health status, to take you from where you are right now to where you already know you should be and you desire to be? Because it takes us to get in our mind. We have to transpose our mind. We have to literally take our mind and take it out of the garbage can. We have to take it out of the dump truck. We have to take it out of the junkyard and place it where we want to be. We have to place our mind on higher things. We have to set our minds on things above. We have to set our mind on being rich. We have to set our minds on being healthy. We have to set our minds with creating the right atmosphere and living in the right atmosphere, because that's how things begin to change. You cannot stay in the dump and in the gutter and expect to elevate with kings and queens. Listen, I have to put myself in opportunities and positions where I will be in the realm of royalty, right? And that begins with our mind. Transpose how we're thinking and how we're living. That is one of the first steps difference in changing our mental health. Everyone likes change, but no one's willing to do the work in order for that change to happen. And that's called transformation. Listen, we cannot get stuck, but we have to move on. We have to be like living water, because water that's flowing is living. And therefore, it has room to grow and make a difference. But water that is stale, that does not move, is stagnant. Therefore, scum and all these other things can grow on it. So listen, join us next Wednesday, same time, same bat channel, with House Calls with Dr. Allen, and they will be back with us next week. But I did not want to say, this is Mental Health Awareness Month. You are not alone in this journey. So I thank you as always. As I always say, stop the stinking thinking, and you no longer have to secretly suffer in silence in the shadow of shame. But we want you to speak up. We want you to speak out. We want you to live. And as I always say each week, and always remember to enjoy your life. See you next week. Be blessed.